first thing that pops up is Jordan Belfort nose deep in a stripper's asshole railing lines.
I got one text that said, I want to watch every football game in Toy Story mode. And I got another one that said, Taylor Swift should go to every football game.
And all of a sudden, it fucking collapses. I see 10 bodies fly onto the field.
Pull check.
Yeah.
Like, dude, they're dead.
All of a sudden, I hear whoop whoop. I'm like, there's no fucking way.
Welcome back to another episode of the We'll Be Seein pod. It's the OG today. It's just me and Trent.
Vintage We'll Be Sees.
Finally back from his bookie retreat in the Galapagos.
And we got Yale in the stew.
Yeah, Yale in the stew. This is literally just vintage.
This is OG.
This is OG as it gets. You guys are lucky.
This is as vintage as it gets. You're finally back from your bookie retreat in the Galapagos. Tell me how that went.
The bookie convention in Honolulu. It went great. It was an awesome time. No, I'm finally back from Hawaii. Took a little vacation with the girl and her family. Really good time. But we got super tan, super sunburnt. I'm already peeling everywhere. But good to be back.
Dude, you have to start wearing sunscreen. That's so bad for your skin.
The first day I didn't, and her mom got so fucking pissed, and I wore sunscreen the rest of the day.
Well,
the rest of the trip.
It didn't work because you fried yourself first day, dude.
I just needed some color. I was feeling a little pale.
How was Hawaii, though? I've never been.
Dude, it is so nice.
Is it nice?
So the water is crystal clear, bro. The one thing about Hawaii, though, is, it sucks for a sports bettor because you're waking up at 6 a.m. to sweat out NFL bets.
Yeah.
And that shit sucked.
But I feel like on the other hand, if you're not like boozing and drinking and doing whatever and getting to bed at like a reasonable hour, what an ideal Sunday. You're done by 10 a.m.
Dude, you're literally done. You're sitting down for lunch watching Sunday Night Football.
That's sick.
Literally what I was doing.
Like, that's sick.
It was so weird. So weird. And I was at the beach, and knowing you guys are watching Sunday Night Football and you're about to go to bed afterwards, I'm still at the beach.
Chirping us. we were doing a night sweats on the Book It Sports Twitch, and Trent is in Hawaii, and we're like sweating Sunday Night Football, chirping us from the rafters.
Dude, funny story about Hawaii. So I got to share this. As soon as it happened, I was like, this is just the most classic thing ever.
Yeah.
So Katie was taking a shower, getting ready for dinner, and I'm on the couch with her parents. Mm-hmm. And we're going through the guide, looking for something to watch.
Sure.
And Wolf of Wall Street pops up on the guide. Mm-hmm. And me and her dad just look at each other. We're like, oh, great movie, great movie. And there was nothing on because it's fucking 8 p.m. in Hawaii. There's not shit on. I click Wolf of Wall Street. And, of course, the scene pops up. The first thing that pops up is Jordan Belfort just fucking nose deep in a stripper's asshole railing lines. And I'm sitting there with both my girlfriend's parents just like...
Oh, nope. We can change. We don't have to watch this part or this show. I'm just going to turn the TV off.
Literally, it was like we turned it on. Ass cheeks were in the frame. And his nose was in that ass railing lines. And I'm just like, well, this is a good movie.
I just imagine her mom has like never seen it. You and the dad are like, oh, great movie. Let's just throw it on. It's your first time seeing it. First seen your ass cheeks. Well, I bet you like this movie, huh?
Her mom was like, what is this movie? It was just the most, like, it couldn't have been worse.
Yeah, it couldn't have been. That's the worst scene.
Yeah.
Well, maybe. But in terms of watching with parents, worst scene.
Worst scene.
No, you got the full nude scene with Margot Robbie.
But even that.
Yeah, but he's like doing coke out of her ass.
Like, yeah. It could have been any other scene in any other movie of all time. I think it would have been better.
At least let us get our feet wet. You know?
Just dive right into that ass. Shit was nuts. But other than that, great trip. Glad to be home. Quick turnaround, though, because as soon as I got home from Hawaii, woke up the next morning, and we drove to Mississippi to sweat out Ole Miss. You can hear it in our voices that we had a rough weekend in Ole Miss.
On our way to Oxford is about a 7.5, 8 hour drive. What a weekend.
What a weekend, dude. Ole Miss is by far the craziest atmosphere I've been to so far going to college football games.
Dude, and it doesn't even come close. Like the atmosphere at an Ole Miss game from tailgate to game to post game was incredible. I mean, obviously we got to storm the field. That was fucking sick. I want to talk about that a little bit, but I mean, starting with the trip as a whole, the tailgating scene.
I couldn't believe it, bro. I was stunned that it was that insane.
The Grove is, I feel like, I've been to all the stops thus far. LSU is awesome. Dude, the Grove is unmatched because the trees are like gorgeous.
Yeah.
Like you're covered by trees. And then there's just tents and just rat fucking. Like it's just like literally just like booze, booze, booze,
Yeah.
booze, 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 booze. And you're just like, holy shit. And then they do the Walk of Champions. And I mean, it was an unreal weekend. Shout out our Austin Matthews guy, Pablo. He's a goat.
I don't know about you, but in terms of like being an influencer in sports betting, and you know, obviously having people know who we are when we go to these places, that was the craziest. That was the craziest environment in terms of people coming up to us, or at least me. I don't know if you feel the same way, but knowing who we were, like that shit was fucking insane. I felt like I was Bezos walking around that fucking place. You know what was hilarious though? Was the fact that there was a bookie on campus, and this bookie told all the kids on campus that if you take a picture with us, you get $100 in free play. And that was fucking awesome.
So sick.
We were having people come up, take selfies, like, yo, it's for the free play. I'm like, oh, I'm supportive of that. Let's take a pic.
No, need that. I mean, it honestly felt like an A-list, B-list celebrity type deal for me, just like watching it, because you were getting rat fucked.
Dude, it was,
And then while you'd get rat fucked, someone would turn around and like in the crosshairs, they'd be like, Mikey? And it was like, what's up, dude? They'd be like, oh, fuck. And it was like, dude, it was like literally like Leonardo DiCaprio walking around with fucking like, I can't even think of like a fucking C-list, B-list guy. But it was like so funny. Trent would just be getting like rat fucked by like 8 kids. And then like one of them would turn around and be like, Mikey? And he'd be like, what's up, dude? They'd be like, oh, shit, I didn't know you were here. It was like, but dude, it was fucking awesome. We nuked Ole Miss. I nuked the over. The game was fucking incredible, dude.
25U Mega Max. It was always the Rebs.
And we were sitting there, and we actually, like, shout out to the Kappa State kids. We had an awesome, like, front row seat to not only the game, but also the Walk of Champions. And the Walk of Champions at Ole Miss is they gate everything off, and the Ole Miss team walks through the entire Grove. And we were, like, right on the fence, which was incredible. Like, I think Lane Kiffin likes it a little bit too much.
Dude, that shit was awesome.
Crazy.
Like, TCU started to do something like that at the tail end of my time there, and I thought that was sick. I mean, dude, this was on steroids.
And we placed an entry on Prize Picks before we went in. It was Kinshawn Judkins to score a rushing touchdown and Jaden Daniels to score a rushing touchdown. And we were sitting there at the Walk of Champions, and I kept, like, banging Trent. I was like, yo, when Judkins walks by, we have to go fucking nuts. Like, we have to get his attention. We have to be like, dude, we need 6 out of you. Like, we need it, dude. Walk of Champions starts. Judkins head down, dude.
So locked.
Didn't give one person a high five, head down, walked all the way through the Walk of Champions. Like, head down. And we were like, dude, we're fucked. Like, we're so fucked.
At the time, we thought it was a bad sign because he didn't seem locked.
In hindsight,
he was more than locked.
He couldn't have been more down. He had the most yards he had all year. He had 3 touchdowns total on the game and was probably like the main reason that Ole Miss won the game. And we were like, dude, fuck, we shouldn't have taken Judkins. Like, can we cash out, dude?
Dude, and the whole day at the tailgate, everyone's, who's first touchdown? Who's first touchdown? We need the first touchdown scorer. And the only fucking guy I could think of off the top of my head, Judkins.
That's all I was saying, dude, Judkins. It's like, it's a Judkins masterclass game. They're all like, I don't know, dude. He's not playing great this year.
No one had confidence.
Never.
No, dude. Walking around that game or the tailgates before the game, no one was confident in the Rebs. I didn't hear one like, I love your 25U Mega Max, bro. It's hitting. It was all, you know, it's gonna be a good game. We're gonna hope for a win, and that was freaking me out before the game started. But holy shit, that was probably one of the best games I've ever seen.
Dude, insane. We got to sit front row at the game, and it was like back and forth, like a classic SEC. That's literally going to go down as an SEC classic. Blow for blow, Jackson Dart jumping over kids, Jaden Daniels throwing 40-yard bombs. Like, it was just a classic SEC shootout heavyweight battle that went back and forth for the entire 4 quarters. We got to sit in the student section, lost our voice, screaming. We were front row.
You've been killing it with finding good connections to help us have a good time.
Just living in my DMs, dude. Every time before we go, I'm like, yo, my Ole Miss people, please hit me up. And there's normally like 4 or 5 kids that are like, yo, you got to come to this tailgate. And then I just stay on them. I think I DM'd like Pablo like 6 times while we were at Funky's, that first bar.
No,
I was like, yo, can we come through? Like, what's the vibe? And then he was finally like, oh, yo, sorry, my phone was like, come now. And I was like, all right, we're going.
I kind of wish we were going to more, dude. That shit was so fun. I want to go back to Ole Miss next weekend.
Dude, I wish I lived in Ole Miss. I'd probably die if I lived in Ole Miss, but that was like the most fun I've had yet on the tour. Great game, but we got to talk about storming the field.
Holy shit,
Because
bro.
that was crazy, bro.
Insane. No one's going to talk about this. You're not going to see this anywhere because, I mean, it just all happened so fast. And, dude, I have the perfect video. We can put it in the podcast. But it's right before that thing collapsed. I was filming the whole thing. And then I stopped right when it started dropping. Yeah.
So
But we got to show the video. But, yeah.
So we got to sit front row in the student section, and if you know anything about Ole Miss, they switched where the players used to come out from where the student section is to the south end zone. So we were standing right above where the players used to come out for Ole Miss. And they put those awnings above where the players come out. So I assume people don't throw shit at them, whatever it is. So the whole game, there's this awning in front of us. It's like clearly like not a great built awning.
Yeah,
But
it's like a little tent, like rooftop thing that covers the tunnel, and you can like kind of walk on it. You're not supposed to, obviously, but it's definitely like strong enough to hold at least like one person to walk around on. Yeah,
And we were banging on it like the whole game. So like, you know, you can feel it's like not that sturdy, but it's sturdy enough, whatever. By the fourth quarter, by the way, we're getting literally hand-fed beers the whole game. Every kid that's like, yo, do you want a beer? You want a beer? You want a beer? And like, you're not going to say no. So by the fourth quarter, Trent and I are fucking tripping. Like, so fucked up. With the last drive, LSU is driving. I'm behind Trent now. I'm in the bleachers, one row above him. He's right on the fence, or he's right on that like awning's edge. I hear the kids in front of him go, yo, if we win, we're storming. And then everyone around me is like, yo, we're storming if we win the game. And LSU's driving.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy shit, like we're really about to storm this field. And then you got to go from like your perspective.
So last drive of the game, Daniels, throws a Hail Mary lob in the end zone, doesn't come down with the touchdown. Ole Miss wins. Immediately, the whole fucking student section gets on this awning and in efforts to jump onto the field. And it's a very large jump. Like it's going to hurt your knees if you jump from this awning to the field. But it had to be done. So we all get out of our seats, get on this awning, and get ready to jump. And as we're about to jump off this awning, there's probably 30 kids on this thing, and no chance it has the weight support to hold all of us on there. And all of a sudden, it fucking collapses. I see 10 bodies fly onto the field. I'm stuck in this thing. My knees are in my fucking chest. I'm smushed. I'm literally getting smushed by this awning. And I'm like looking around. I thought I was going to break like 5 bones. I thought I was dead, dude. I literally thought I was done. I was so fucking scared. It was actually a nightmare. Like I keep reliving it in my head. And I can't believe I was able to somehow pull my body weight out from this thing and somehow land on my feet. No idea how it happened. But I should be severely injured. I don't know how I'm not.
Dude, and I was right behind you. So from my point of view, the awning broke in 3 levels.
Yeah.
There was the first like boom, and then all the security guards were like like you could see it in their eyes. But right as the field storms, I was like, all right, we're going. Trent's like already at the end of this thing, and I'm just getting onto it because there's so many kids in front of us. I'm like in the middle of the awning when the first thing cracks, and you felt it. It was like almost like the first dip.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit. Like Trent's all the way at the end, and this awning was like surprisingly pretty long.
Big.
And I was like just getting to the middle. Trent was like all the way at the end. And I was like, I just got to get to Trent. It snaps for the first time. And I was like, holy shit. And you see all the security guys are like, get the fuck off it. So I was like, holy shit. So I turn around and I'm starting to go against the grain now. Kids are still flying over. I'm going against the grain trying to climb up. The second dip happens. And that's when it was like, oh shit's like really bad to get bad. And it was like, boom. I slid back to the middle. And I was like, holy shit. In my head, this is what I was thinking. My mom's going to kill me if I die on this field. I was like, my mom is going to fucking kill me if I die on this field. Because she always texts me before all these trips and she goes, don't be an idiot.
Same.
Don't be an idiot. Don't be an idiot. Don't be an idiot. Me running on an awning drunk, what an idiot move. But now I'm sliding back to the middle, dude. It feels like I would have died.
Yeah.
Because I'm just like light. I'm sure people would have landed, whatever. I'm now like climbing, crawling like for my life in my head to the top to grab the railing. I finally grab the railing, and as I pull myself over it and get my 2 feet over, I hear behind me, and I've completely lost track of you now because once I turned, I lost you. I hear boom, boom.
Yeah.
And you look down, dude. Everyone's falling on this awning.
Yeah.
And then the craziest part was I'm sitting there going, holy shit. 6 more kids just jump and slide down.
Dude.
As if like that's what you needed to do to get on the field. And I was like, holy shit.
Dude, it was fucking... to the girl in the red dress at an Ole Miss game, I literally witnessed you get a fucking stage 5 concussion. Like, I saw this girl fucking make the hardest contact head to pavement after falling from that thing. I hope she's okay. I hope she's good.
Jeez.
Dude, that shit was a living nightmare. We made it out alive, though.
Thank but now you're on the field.
Now we're on the field. Now I'm dabbing kids up.
Going crazy.
Yeah, going nuts.
I ended up getting on the field and whatever, but dude, I've never gotten to experience that before. We never got to storm the court when I was at Providence. I didn't go to a college football school. We didn't have football in Providence, so I never got to storm a field. I never got to be a part of anything like that. To the people that open their phone and on the media and complain about kids storming the field, you don't understand that it's about the moment.
It's
These
so
kids,
about the
like
moment.
sitting in that student section, you realize, like, this is why I think college is better, not maybe better than the pros, but this is why there's another level to it. These kids are fighting for every down in that student section, dude. Like, every down in that student section, the minute you get an LSU timeout when they're going crazy, you feel like you've impacted the game. You feel like you are literally on the sideline for Ole Miss when you're in that student section. And these kids, dude, they're 18 to 21-year-old kids fighting for every down with this team, living and dying by every play because every play matters to them. And by the end of that game, the amount of energy that they've put in, that they've watched those players put in against a rival that they fucking hate, dude. The chant was, fuck LSU.
For 4 quarters.
And it's not, let's go Ole Miss. It's fuck LSU because
Yeah.
the rivalry means that much. When you get one on your rival, fucking storm the field. Like, life is about moments. That moment for that student base, even for me, dude, I'll never forget that feeling in that moment, being on the field, kids going crazy, kids crying, like 50-year-old Ole Miss fans, 18-year-old Ole Miss fans, 13-year-old Ole Miss fans, literally going ballistic, and those players just like drinking it in. Like, who cares about the rankings?
Yeah.
Who cares about the circumstance? Like, that moment was insane, dude.
For sure. And honestly, I was chirping Colorado for storming the field against Colorado State. But, like, if we were at that game having Colorado, we probably would have stormed the field too.
Because you're, like, I said it to Trent when we were in the car ride. Like, I was exhausted as if we had played.
Literally, bro.
Because you're fighting, especially when you're in that student section, you are fighting for every single down, it feels like.
Well, we didn't sit one time.
Dude, you don't take a play off.
No.
You don't take a chant off. You don't take a play off. You are literally fighting the entire game. And for especially a game like that where it's back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, you get the ultimate highs, the ultimate lows, and then you finally come out with a win at the end. Like, there's nothing better. I took a piece of grass and put it in my pocket, dude. I have it in my apartment right now because I was like, dude, I need something from this. Like, this was insane.
Such a great game. We got to send it to Ole Miss again.
Dude, we have to go back for our boys.
If you haven't gone to the Grove before, I couldn't recommend it more. Shit's unbelievable.
Absolutely, 100%. If you've never been to an Ole Miss game, you got to go to an Ole Miss game and just like feel what we felt. Pretty underwhelming rest of the college football slate, though. We're going to the Red River Rivalry
Oh, can't wait
this
for
weekend. Both teams are undefeated. I think that's going to be a fantastic game. I'll be on the over.
That's a whale.
It's going to be an interesting game, right? I mean, when you look at Texas' schedule, they really haven't played anyone that I would say is that strong other than Alabama. They got a backup quarterback in Kansas, which I think, either way, they beat the shit out of Kansas. But it's definitely, different playing a backup. Oklahoma's pretty much just beat the dog shit out of every team they've played. They haven't played anyone that high competition, so I think it's going to be a really great matchup. I'm going to take the over and just sit back. I don't really want to be on a side.
No, I can't wait for that shit, bro. It's going to be another electric college football weekend. Can't wait for it.
But yeah, nothing else really big happened. I mean, Colorado almost came back and beat USC, but, we knew that was going to be an inevitability.
It was definitely always going to be a game. USC, when they play a Pac-12 team, that's like a big game. They always keep it close, bro. They always find a way to make it a game. Whether it's, whether they're 28-point favorites or a 1-point spread, it's like always going to be a fucking close game. I didn't take Colorado, but it's easy to say after the fact, but I always knew Colorado was going to cover that.
I stood up here last week and said that Colorado might win outright, and I thought I was the biggest idiot by the first half. And when I checked the final score, I was like, dude, I was this close to being a genius.
Dude, I can't believe that game went over, too.
But I took that over. So many points. 72 points.
72 and a half.
And it was literally more than halfway there at halftime, which is insane.
Dude, we were driving home from Ole Miss. Things were looking good. I drive, right? And we didn't get a ticket there on the way there. I had a close call. That guy was hiding in the little fucking median or whatever. But we're driving, about to get. I've been on the road 3 minutes on our way home from Ole Miss.
Yeah, we wake up in shambles at like 11 a.m. and we're like, dude, we gotta get the fuck out.
Yeah, we gotta get on the road. And we're on the road for 3 fucking minutes, and all of a sudden I hear whoop whoop. I'm like, there's no fucking way, dude. Was the speed limit 35 in this fucking little straight ahead thing I was driving on?
And we were just about to get on the highway. We turned to go on the highway.
And the officer comes up. I'm like, God damn it, bro. What did I do? I'm literally asking in the car, like, guys, did I break some law? Because it couldn't have been speeding. He comes up and he goes, you know how fast you were going? I'm like, no, sir.
What's the rush?
It had to. Yeah, he goes, what's the rush? I'm like, I was just driving, bro. I literally was not going more than 60 miles an hour. And he goes, way more than that. I'm like, dude, what? How? And so he goes, gets his fucking shit, comes back, gives me the ticket. I was going 65.
In a 55.
In a 55.
About to get on the highway.
And he goes, oh, way faster than that. 5 miles per hour more than what I had originally said.
And it was because it was the 1st of October, and they need to get their quote in. He wants to get it in quick because there was no argument, there was no discussion, there was no warning. He didn't even take the full papers. All he did was take the ID. He looked at the insurance for 2 seconds on your phone.
0.2 seconds.
And then took the ID, so he didn't even fucking care about any of that shit. He just wanted to write a ticket. And he comes back and goes, here's your court date. See you later. And it was fucking Conor McGregor, dude. We were like, dude, what the fuck?
This guy looked like Conor McGregor, bro.
Literally. But then, how you know that it wasn't, like, serious and that he was just trying to write a ticket, he gets on behind us on the highway. Literally 3 minutes on to being on the highway, he hits a U and pulls someone else over going the other way. So he had a vendetta. We just happened to be wrong place, wrong time.
On a shooting spree, bro. Such bullshit.
Yeah, that's so dumb. Speaking of bullshit, we had another weekend of NFL football.
Dude, sweating NFL football on the 8-hour car drive made that shit fly by.
Dude, honestly, like I've done it twice now, one with just Josh and the other with you guys in the car. I don't hate it.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Like, I don't mind listening to it on the radio. Yeah. It's like, it doesn't bother me that much. But, dude, what a slate.
What a fucking NFL Sunday slate, boys.
Like, what a slate.
Just so many great games. Surge 6 was free as fuck.
Yeah, just talk about that for a second.
Holy shit. I mean, let's start with the, where'd we start? The Bills.
Well, let them know what happened first. That shit hit.
The shit fucking slapped. We went 6-6. I said I was going to take the winnings from Ole Miss, which was 2,500, and throw it on the Surge. But right hand up, I didn't have the balls to put 2,500 on the Surge 6. I put 500 on it.
Which, by the way, not to interrupt you, for everyone that, like, my comments, your comments, when we put out our Ole Miss picks, that was like, Ole Miss is fucked. I'm going to fucking nuke LSU. Like, I hope you enjoyed watching that game. Because we walked out of that stadium Bezos.
Oh, dude, I felt so good after that fucking game. And I felt even better about the Surgical 6. I'm so pissed I didn't fucking put 2,500 on it. But shit slapped. Started with Bills' money line against the fake good Dolphins. Everybody, Dolphins are plus chicky. They just scored 70 points. I fucking bet. I bet.
And we should do, like, as you go through the Surgical 6, it's going to be awesome because we should do pulse checks on both teams because you bet on, pretty good games. If you're a Dolphins fan, if you don't score 70 points, you're not winning a football game because that defense is horrible.
Trash.
And you saw it because they played a good defense. So they couldn't go and score every drive. They scored a lot of points.
Yeah.
But when they play a good defense and they're forced to go 3 possessions where they have to punt, or turn over on downs, they're getting scored on 2 out of those 3. And that's what happened. They went punt, and the Bills went touchdown.
Yeah.
And, like, that is what this Dolphins defense is going to be until Ramsey gets back and all that shit. But, dude, if you're a Dolphins fan right now, like, you feel good, but that defense is a worry.
Yeah, for sure. And the prop in that game was Diggs' receptions. Bro had 3 touchdowns and still didn't hit his receptions. Can't make it up. But Bills, it was always a Bills. Shit was free. Next leg, way too fucking sweaty of a game for zero reason at all. Eagles money line. Thank fuck the minus 400 actually hit. But wow, Sam Howell putting his meat on the table on that final drive to tie it and send it to OT. I don't know how Riverboat Ron didn't go for 2 there.
I don't know how he did. Normally he does.
That was the most Riverboat Ron situation to go for 2, win the game, and he didn't. I was shocked.
Weird. Sam Howell is going to be weird this year. I think if you're a Commanders fan, you just kind of go with the flow and realize that you're going to lose games in great ways and get a good pick out of it.
Yeah.
Which is, I think, all you want from a team that's not going to do well.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that was crazy.
So thank God Hurts pulled off some wizardry. The brotherly shove came into play several times in that game.
What are your thoughts on that?
We saw it in the Ole Miss game. They did it. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was nuts.
But what are your thoughts on, like, the play for the Eagles doing?
I mean, what are you going to fucking do about it? Find a way to stop it. Until then, it's fucking free yard.
I saw Darius Slay was like, I see a lot of other teams trying to do it and not getting the first down. So, I mean, he has a point. Just because they do it really well doesn't mean it's like an illegal play.
No, they should not ban that play. Find a way to stop it, bro.
Yeah.
Like, and the prop in that game was Swift rush yards. Missed it by 5.
Well, keep in mind, so Trent every weekend does a surgical 6, and then he does a game script of prize picks squares. So every leg of the surgical 6 corresponds with a prize pick square that in his head goes with the game script that he thinks is going to happen. So he went Bills money line with Diggs receptions. Bills money line hit. Diggs didn't catch that many balls. He went Eagles money line and Swift rushing yards. Eagles money line hit. Swift rushing yards did not hit. So just keep in mind as he goes, there's a corresponding square that he thinks is why he picked that side of the game.
Exactly. So Eagles ML free. Next leg was Ravens money line. And when I placed the surgical 6, there's a lot of people fucking chirp me for this, but when I placed it 2 days before Sunday, the Ravens were +3 and they were plus 125 money line, which was the one dog that was in the 6, which made it plus 1,000. But of course, Watson gets ruled out Sunday morning, makes the Ravens now a favorite, and now the surgical 6 was like plus 750, and people were chirping me for that. But it was always plus 1,000. It was always the Ravens as a dog, and I liked them even with Watson playing. But Ravens were free as fuck too. DTR just couldn't hang in the game. Lamar rushing like he's fucking Barry Sanders again. And Mark Andrews, goat whale, garbage time touchdown. 2 of them. Massive.
2 of them.
Massive. Ravens were free as fuck. And it was never Justin Tucker comeback game. I mean, dude didn't even kick a field goal. So that was the prize picks where I had Justin Tucker kicking points. But it was always the Ravens. It's crazy how I full faded the fucking Goblins but hit the cert 6. Makes no sense. Next leg, or Ravens, like, what are your thoughts on that? Were they fucking legit?
Well, no, all I was going to say is just to keep it moving, like, that division is so weird now.
So weird.
Dude.
It's
like
always
the Bengals,
dude.
I think a pulse check on the Bengals, that season might be over.
Pulse check, there ain't no pulse.
Pulse check.
Yeah, that shit flatlined.
Like, dude, they're dead. Joe Burrow's clearly playing with something way worse than what they're saying because he looks horrible. Jamar Chase in the locker room saying he's always fucking open. The defense looks atrocious. They're not even scoring. Like, the Ravens are probably going to run away with that division because the Browns need to figure it out. They don't even look great with Deshaun in, and if Deshaun's out, as much as I love DTR, he's not ready to play in that division, and the Steelers are going to be without Kenny Pickett.
Yeah.
So in a division that was coming in supposed to be 4 powerhouses kind of fucking it up, it's now becoming a division where you don't know what the fuck's going to happen. Because, by the way, the Ravens might be the best team in there, but they have a CVS receipt of injuries every fucking week.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I mean, but that was a great pick.
Next leg was the fucking Chargers money line.
Dude.
What a game. I mean, what the fuck? It shouldn't have even been a game. And Stanley just, I could smell it from a mile away. I thought that game was done. I thought the Raiders were going to fuck around and win that game.
Staley should not have a job.
Dude, I don't know how he still does.
He should not. First of all, Justin Herbert is playing with one hand. That left hand
I couldn't even look at it, bro. That shit was gross.
was so fucked up. I don't understand how he even played that game. Shout out Justin Herbert. I've been a hater for a long time, but I think this season he's starting to win me over, which is okay. I feel like you can have a take. They prove you wrong, and you can go, you know what? You proved me wrong. And I'm man enough to be like, Justin Herbert, you might have proved me wrong. I thought you were a fraud. You're not a fraud. Dude, Staley should not have a job.
Dude.
I said in the car, watching Staley coach this Chargers team almost feels like I'm watching myself play Madden, and I'm horrible at Madden.
Literally, it is Madden, bro. They don't kick field goals. They go for it on fourth down in their own territory. They're fucking passing on second and long. It's like, dude, what?
But in that scenario where your defense has played great, why not just punt the ball and say, you know what, you got to come the whole field and beat us in a minute 30? Why are we going 4th and 3? Let's put Justin Herbert in shotgun and throw the ball.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, in hindsight, now everyone gets to go, oh, Staley, like, fuck. But I don't even think anyone's going there going, what a great play call. They're going, we got lucky.
No.
That was a dumb fucking move.
That was, dude. And then the pick that should have iced the game.
Well, Asante Samuel, take the pick back.
Yeah, dude. And he runs out of bounds with nobody ahead of him.
Like, what do you, I think he thought, like, what, we can just run out of bounds and we can kneel it out. I don't think he knew that there was, like, timeouts and implications in the game. But either way, dude, take that to the house.
Yeah.
Take that to the fucking house.
Why wouldn't he want to reward himself with a pick?
I don't know.
He was trying to be unselfish, I guess, and it kind of fucked
End the game, but it did not end the game.
No, it didn't. They got the ball back.
All he had to beat was Aiden O'Connell. And
Yeah.
would have fucking ran that guy over. But Staley shouldn't have a job. Moving on.
No, yeah. And Chargers find ways to just make games so unnecessarily sweaty. And the prize pick square in that game was Herbert passing yards, and that dude's hand was fucking disintegrated by the fourth quarter. Did not hit. Next leg was Cowboys money line. I mean, that was the worst loss in Bill Belichick's entire career. That shit was nuts.
Fuck the Patriots.
Cowboys are a wagon. Obviously, they lost last week to the Cardinals. That was fluke shit. They're back. And Dak, no picks. He's locked in. Playing the 49ers next week is going to be fucking so sweaty for Dak. And the prize pick square in that game, CeeDee Lamb yards, didn't hit. Classic. And then it gets to Sunday Night Football, Chiefs money line. I really thought I was going down with a heartbreak in this one. And you fucking called, you know this team, bro, the Jets. Like, I feel like diehard Jets fans just know the situation with their team more than really anybody. But you were like, I already know, dude. I already know. Jets are 100% going to cover, might even win this game, and Zach Wilson's going to have a legacy game, just enough for us to start believing again. And that's exactly what happened.
It's literally on the wall, dude. The line is moving towards the Jets for no reason. Pat Mahomes is coming into town with a fully healthy Chiefs team. Taylor Swift is in the stands. The line opened at 9.5. By game time, it was at 7.5. And I just knew that it was going to happen. I took Jets money line because I was like, there's such a chance we fucking win this game. Like, there's an unbelievable chance we should have won this game. And it happens with Zach Wilson every year. We get to the game where everyone in the front office goes, someone's losing their job. Either Zach Wilson, Robert Saleh, or Joe Douglas is losing their job if changes aren't made. And they made the ultimatum. We signed Trevor Siemian. They made the ultimatum. If Zach Wilson is not running the offense by the end of the first half, he's benched. That was the ultimatum made.
And you had to have been thinking after the first 3 drives of that game that there was probably going to be a change made at half.
Cookie. I was like, Trevor Siemian's going to be my quarterback.
Yeah.
And I felt fine about that. I was like, you know what? Whatever it is. But I told you in the car, I said, for no reason, Zach Wilson is going to have the best game of his career because he's going to play himself into 2 more starts. He's going to revert to old Zach, and it's going to be horrible. But this game, he's going to be a totally different Zach Wilson for no reason.
Dude.
And I was like, you should have never put the Chiefs in. Should have taken another leg because it's going to get weird.
You could feel like he had one more drive, really. Like they were cutting to the fans in the stands. Like they're fucking so pissed, bro. You're pissed, and you could just feel like the environment was just like, get this fucker out of the game, bro. What are we doing? It's 17-0, and we're letting this kid. He missed a ball, I think, on like his third drive. Remember we were like scrambled a little bit, and he had a dude wide open, and he didn't get the ball out in time, and I was like, dude,
oh no, Lazard,
yeah,
on the flea flicker,
yeah, and I was like, dude, this guy's that play right there. I was like, I feel so bad for him, dude. I feel bad. This is a fucking embarrassment. And I felt like he had maybe one more drive, and he came out for that fourth drive, looked like an entirely new quarterback.
Jets fans, we're back. Like, no, we're actually back, and I'll tell you exactly why. Watching this team for as long as I've watched this team, watching Zach Wilson for as long as I've watched Zach Wilson, we are back. This is the game that shifts the mindset, and I saw it in the post press conference, and I saw it during the game, and I'm 100% positive it's because Aaron Rodgers was there. He calls Aaron Rodgers his big brother, and I think to have Aaron Rodgers in that stadium after those first 3 drives, I don't know how they got it to him, whether Rodgers called fucking down, whether he's got an earpiece in, but he heard Aaron Rodgers' voice on that sideline one time before the drive that changed everything. And it finally felt as though Nathaniel Hackett went, let's just take the cuffs off, dude.
Yeah.
Let's just give him Aaron Rodgers' playbook. He's not going to be able to see what Aaron's going to see, but let's let him play free. Let's let him get the ball out. Let's give him 1 to 2 reads and then throw it out. And that's exactly what we did. Zach Wilson, I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, you got to be proud.
You came out. You put your balls on the line on primetime television. It wasn't a 1 o'clock game. You had the Chiefs in New York. You had Pat Mahomes, and you outplayed Pat Mahomes. You had more passing yards. You had more completions, and you had more passing touchdowns than Pat Mahomes in your own house. And he played football the way that Zach Wilson that we drafted at BYU plays football.
Yep.
He sat in the pocket. He got the ball out quick. When he couldn't get the ball out, he got off platform. And by the way, when we drafted Zach Wilson, the one thing I said was, if we can get this kid off platform, he's going to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league. That's what I thought when we drafted him as a rookie. Because during BYU, whenever he got off platform, dude, it was unbelievable the things he would do. He got off platform and made plays, and he was throwing balls in windows that Aaron Rodgers throws balls into, dude.
For sure.
The touchdowns he was finding, and obviously, his mistake cost us the game, and I think he knew that. I think, obviously, when you play the Chiefs, you also play that 12th man in the stripes. That wasn't a hold, and on Pat Mahomes' rush, they were holding us. I mean, the refs completely threw that game away at the end. It should have been a field goal than a punt, and we had one more chance to go get it, or a turnover on downs. I think that reffing was completely fraudulent. That was, unbelievable. But on the sideline, he was talking to Tim Boyle, and he goes, I blew the game. This was my fault. I lost us the game because he fumbled that snap. And I have to say, the transition he's made – sorry, I'm rambling, but the transition he's made from – last year to this year in the press conferences, coming into a game where he had the best game of his career, and to say, listen, we did a lot of things great, but it's about me learning the details. There's a lot of things I missed. I missed Conklin on a touchdown. I missed Lazard on an open pass, and it's about the details, and I can be better, and I need to learn those details and do that more. That is a guy I don't mind being my quarterback.
Dude, as someone with Chiefs money line as the last leg in the parlay, I honestly didn't feel like we earned that win. After the fact, I was just like, let's go, the parlay hit. But so many fucking bullshit calls.
So many, dude.
So many bullshit calls.
So many, man.
And that was just such a classic fade the Chiefs on primetime spot. We know they don't cover, ever. Especially on primetime.
Never.
And the Mahomes slide at the end was the perfect cherry on top to Meemaw. Meemaw was in MetLife last night, 100%.
Which, by the way, it's dude, if he just scores, there was no chance of us coming back.
Yeah, but just end the game.
But that would have covered the spread.
Yeah, but they don't give a fuck. And that's the Chiefs, bro. The Chiefs never, ever cover. And their spreads are always 5, 8,
9.5,
9. They're always the weirdest fucking numbers. Always. It's never -3.
No.
It's never -6.5.
No.
It's always 5, 8.
It's always a spot where you go, no way the Chiefs can cover the spread. They're playing the Jets and they're only -9.5.
Yeah.
That's a touchdown, a field goal.
Yeah.
That's 2 touchdowns. Pat Mahomes is gonna fucking dice.
Yeah.
But again, our defense proves one of the best defenses in the league. We need to work on getting stops and not letting them get in the end zone and settling for a field goal and being like, that was a great fucking stand. But, I mean, our defense is phenomenal. If Zach Wilson can move the ball like he moved the ball, I genuinely believe if those refs don't throw 5 flags on that last drive and extend 6 minutes into a game-ending drive, we might have come back and won just the way he was throwing that ball and the way he was moving around. But again, it's just the Jets, man. Just end the suffering. Just endure the suffering, actually, is now the new motto. Just endure the suffering.
In the Prize Pick Square in that game was never Kelsey to score a touchdown. Ever. The dude had lipstick on the Prize Picks board, bro. Like, how the fuck did I think he was going to score?
What are we doing, man?
What are we doing?
Like, what are we doing?
Unbelievable. Do you not think it's weird as shit that the NFL Instagram account, in their bio, it says the Chiefs are 2-0 as Swifties?
It's so weird.
That's the weirdest shit of all
just
time.
Weird.
I'll tell you what, though, dude. The NFL is a marketing machine. They
Yeah.
never miss an opportunity. They never miss a chance. They know that it's not really about the sport. It's about how they get it to you.
Yeah. Like, grow the game. I'm all for that.
But they're not about growing the game. They're about that money. They're about that money. And if Roger Goodell can now go, we're getting exposure to the largest music fan base
Ever.
maybe ever. She just sold out football stadiums on a tour. If we can get exposure to that audience and show that we love Taylor Swift, those TV contracts and those TV deals and the numbers they're going to put up this year when the Chiefs play, Goodell is jizzing. So if you think he's not in calls going, whatever we can do to get Swift fans on this league, we're doing it. Did you see what they did pregame with the Jets?
No.
They had a guy come on. I forget who it was. He was one of the guys that does like one of these shows like Dancing with the Stars or something, and explained to Swift fans football.
Stop it.
For 3 minutes.
Stop it.
Yeah. He explained the sport of football for Taylor Swift fans for 3 minutes before the game.
Bro, I'm sure like the Google searches of like the rules of football are at an all-time high.
And I will confirm for every Taylor Swift fan out there, Zach Wilson is better than Pat Mahomes. Like, you watched the best quarterback in football play Pat Mahomes that night. So, like, that is for sure confirmed. That is confirmed. You watched the best quarterback in the NFL play last night. Pat Mahomes he's not even that great.
Yeah, it was Carson Daly, who I think I forget what he hosts on NBC. It's like with like The Voice or something like that.
But he broke down
Dude,
like football, right?
I had Swifties, a couple Swifties in my DMs asking if we could ask DraftKings or a sports book to put lines up for who she's going to sit next to at the game.
Oh, I've talked about my female friends about this, like how they would get into gambling or like props and stuff like that, and I'm surprised it hasn't ever happened yet. It has some on offshore books, but doing props for like the entertainment shows or something like that, because that is, if you want to get the female audience into gambling, you know, that's the way to do it for sure.
100%, dude. Dude, I had
They would bet on that. They would bet on how many times Taylor Swift will be shown on the TV, and they would love it.
Dude, and by the way, I don't think you understand lab work. Swift fans would know who's going to the game. And the lab work they would put in to figure out who she'd be sitting next to, dude, they would probably like murder the bookie.
Yeah, no, they would.
Like, they would have been like, Blake Lively's there, but I don't know if they're tight enough to sit next to each other. So here's what's going to happen. Taylor Swift's assistant is going to be on her right side, which leaves one open seat on her left. Is Blake Lively's good side on her left side? And dude, you'd be shocked. But I got 2 texts this weekend. I got one text that said, I want to watch every football game in Toy Story mode. And I got another one that said, Taylor Swift should go to every football game.
I could do more Toy Story football games for sure.
Dude, the Toy Story, I didn't get to watch it because I was like recovering from an Ole Miss weekend, but dude, the clips looked sick.
Yeah, I didn't make it to London either.
Like, it looked
I was never making it to London, man. 7:30 a.m.
People forget that Trent wanted to leave at 8 a.m. and
Yeah,
Lauren and I were watching the Toy Story game. Be like, yeah, there's no shot. We're not leaving till
no,
check out.
that was snoozing,
dude,
bro.
no shot.
No shot.
Speaking of snoozing, Deshaun Watson is asleep for the Browns.
Dude.
I know you have a little sprint. Prize Picks is doing this really cool thing now where they do sprints. It's like 2 to 3 weeks, 3 to 4 weeks. I know you have a little sprint of the goat whale. Deshaun Watson's shoulders, fucking both of us. The Nukenheimer had an awful weekend, other than Anthony Richardson. But I think we had such a good first 3 weeks that I'm okay with 3 bad weeks somewhere in here.
Yeah.
But the Nukenheimer very much at the table. But Speaking of sleeping, Deshaun Watson feels like he's asleep at the wheel with that shoulder. What's
Yeah,
up to your head?
Watsonheimer, Goatwell Watson, not playing last week definitely hurt both of our entries.
Yeah,
that
no
sucks. We're going to need a hell of a year out of the kid the rest of the way. Hopefully he's better and back next week. But I've got a 4-geyser NFL sprint. It's Fields passing yards, which was dead in the water.
Dead.
Until a legacy game before that last interception. He had 335 passing yards. Insane. And he was averaging like 150. So he was going off. We need like 100 yards from next game. We need 4 catches from Amon-Ra. We need Dak to not throw 2 picks against the 49ers. And Mark Andrews is already green for 10 racks, which would pay for the goat whale. But that's what it's looking like so far. So big week 5.
And Bears fans,
Dude.
don't panic. Don't panic. You blow a 28-point lead, but you have the 1 and 2 picks in the draft right now.
How did they have both?
They have the Panthers.
Oh.
From DJ Moore.
Yeah.
Who would they have gotten? Who would they have given them to get that? It might have been in the Miles Sanders deal. They might have been a third team.
I don't know.
That's the real reason Josh isn't on the podcast today is because he's in shambles right
Yeah,
now.
dude.
But I'm not going to speak as if I know about those picks. But Bears fans, deep breath. Justin Fields looked good. You had fun. You blew a lead, but you had fun. You're going to blow it up and get Caleb Williams. I don't see the lose in that. You probably trade Justin Fields for a couple more picks, get him the fuck out of there, and draft the best prospect in the past 20 years.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
You're giving up?
The amount that they hate Justin Fields and that they shit on that kid, you got to get rid of him.
Dude, I don't think it's Bears fans shitting on Fields more so than is the rest of the fucking media shitting on Fields.
Dude, I spend a lot of time with Josh. When Justin Fields plays bad, they want his head. Because there's been no, like, I feel like this is the problem with our generation is it's very instant gratification and it spills into our sports fandom. You want it now, you want it now, you want it now. You don't want to wait. If we give Zach Wilson 3 years of just going through errors and losing and probably getting it out of his system, and we don't just shit on him at every chance we get and pick at him, last night's performance probably happens a year earlier.
That's the thing.
Right?
With
Literally, bro.
That's the thing what happens to all these quarterbacks is they come into the league. It's why Pat Mahomes sat for an entire year. Jordan Love sits behind the good quarterback so this doesn't happen. Because you see a quarterback come in that's a rookie and he's, you're green. It's different than playing in college, whether you went to Ohio State
So
or
different.
North Dakota State. And also you see it's like dating now. You see the shiny, you get what you have, and then you see the shiny new toy out there that is Caleb Williams. And everyone's like, fuck Justin Fields. We want Caleb Williams. We got the number 1 pick.
Yep.
We'll trade Justin Fields to somebody else. It's like, if you're Kenny Pickett on Pittsburgh, same thing.
100%, dude. And you're seeing with Bryce Young, that's a kid that should sit for a year.
Absolutely.
His body's not ready. The mind's not ready. Sit him for a year. That's, honestly, when you look at great quarterbacks, he's probably one of the best quarterbacks, high school, college, to pros that you could draft. The kid is unbelievable in press conferences, unbelievably never shaken, played in the best program in college football history, won in the best college program in history, never makes mistakes. That's a kid, though, that needs a year of not playing.
Yeah.
Just to feel the NFL game. Because that, and thankfully he's in Carolina, I don't think he'll get beat to submission. But I think that's the problem. And I don't think Bears fans have the patience because the team sucks now. The defense is awful. Claypool wants to get traded. You might as well go get the best prospect.
Yeah, but you're right about instant gratification because, people will forget we were writing off Josh Allen week 1. Is he washed? Are they drafting Caleb? What the fuck, dude? Josh Allen is him right now.
Dude.
And no one remembers that week 1, but in week 1, everybody was writing him off.
And it's the same with almost every quarterback. Joe Burrow's written off right now, dude.
Oh,
and he's
dude.
been to a Super Bowl already.
Yeah.
There's no air of let's just give it a minute. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? It's always let's just jump on it now. And honestly, it's the media. It starts with shows like First Take and whatever. You need the clicks. You need the virality of being like, Josh Allen is washed and whatever it is. And you live for that 24 hours where you get your views. But
Literally, bro. Everybody's thinking of what's the hook that's going to give me view. We do it too sometimes. You kind of have to. But,
dude, people turned on Pat Mahomes last night. He's won 2 Super Bowls. People turned on him last night because he played bad against the best defense in the NFL. They're like, no way you get outplayed by Zach Wilson as Pat Mahomes. It's like, dude, these guys are humans. Everyone just take a beat. But speaking of taking a beat, LeBron gave his picks out, and he got fucking reamed.
LeFade God had a tough one. Welcome to the game, Bron.
Do you have a message for him as the Fade God? Do you have a message for him? It's a long road.
It's a long road. You know, you just gotta. You can't hit a lay unless you place it. So you gotta keep riding. You know, one tough week can't hold you back, LeBron. I better see your ass on Instagram Live again, getting surgical.
I got news here, LeBron. You just should have never jumped in this arena. You shouldn't have done it, man. There's no point. You're LeBron James. There's no point jumping in this arena, dude.
No,
I guarantee you his DMs on Instagram, Twitter, the shit he got tagged in, he was probably like, what the fuck is gambling Twitter? And why are they so ravenous? Like, dude, you should have just stayed in the NBA and done the classic LeBron thing and just after the game been like, I knew the Lions were going to win. Like, just stay in that lane, man. It's fucking kill or be killed over here in gambling Twitter, dude.
No, I kind of like it because, I don't know, LeBron's got this, obviously he's one of the most famous athletes ever, but to see him actually like get in the lab, you know, try and do what we do and what we all degens do every day, it was just cool to see.
And he was labbing.
He
full faded the two-teamer, but he was labbing.
He was definitely in the lab trying to get surgical. But let's run it back again next week. LeFade God.
Yeah, are we gonna fade LeBron's picks or what's the pod?
Might have to.
All right,
Might have to fade LeBron.
LeBron's on fade watch for now. Let's get surgical Monday night. This episode's gonna come out on Tuesday, but we're gonna get our best bets out. We got the Seahawks going into the Giants. It's only a 2.5 point spread, which feels weird.
It does feel weird.
It feels like you should just take the Giants because that spread shouldn't be 2.5. We've watched this Giants team without Saquon Barkley pretty much get their skull fucked every single game, and we've been able to watch 3 of them on primetime.
Why are we putting the Giants on so many fucking primetime games?
I get the Jets. We had Rodgers, right? What do the Giants fucking have?
I don't know, dude.
In what world should they have Sunday Night Football, Monday night, and Thursday night? Well, why?
I feel like I've watched every down of a Giants game this year.
Well, you have. I don't think they've played on a Sunday yet.
No, I feel like they haven't played on a Sunday, dude.
Other than when Shelly took them -5.5 and they won by like 1.
Oh, yeah.
On like a 1 o'clock.
Playoff team last year from New York market. That's the reason that they get it.
They made the playoffs?
Yeah, they did. Well, that whole division.
They were like the rising star, new shiny toy from last year. It's like, oh, the Giants are back. Playing in the division against the Cowboys, and then they get freaking fucked on Sunday Night Football, fucked on Monday Night Football.
Jesus,
dude, they literally
Thursday Night Football. It's like,
dude, the Giants are getting fucked in every hole. I don't know if they have a hole left for the Seahawks. That's probably why it's 2.5.
Gino's gonna find it. Gino's gonna find that 5th hole.
Gino's hole hunting tonight. I'm gonna be on the Seahawks money line. I'm gonna take probably the Seahawks team total over as well. But best bet for me. Seahawks money line and DK Metcalf everything. He's scoring tonight. He's getting his yards. He probably gets his receptions.
Let's go.
He probably hits his longest reception. I think DK Metcalf is going to feast, and this is why. Ole Miss beat LSU. He's fired up.
Yeah, he's fired up.
He's fired up. I know he's fired up. And I have no problem saying that that's exactly why I'm going to put money on him. I was just in that environment. I watched that school beat LSU. I know he watched that game, and I know he's going to come out after watching that game and put on for his school.
And the Surge 6 hit. He knows that.
He knows that, too, for sure.
He's definitely fired up.
He's tapped all the way in.
I actually love it. I'm going to be on the same side, which is super rare.
Super rare.
Dude, Mikey's such an asshole, bro. Last night on the drive home, I go, Mikey, bro, what's the prize picks for Sunday Night Football? I know you know your Jets. And he's like, you don't want it, man. I'm like, dude, yes, I fucking do. He thinks I don't want to tail him ever. He thinks it doesn't work. He thinks it's just we never are on the same page. But I was ready and willing to deploy a nuke on his prize pick century. And he wouldn't fucking tell me it. And he goes, I'm just going to send it to you after the game when it's fully green. I'm like, dude, you're an asshole, bro. As soon as the game ends, I'm laying in bed. I get a text from Mikey, 4 Green Goblins. Shit smacked. I mean, like, what the fuck, dude?
Here's the thing. It's not that I don't think us tailing, we don't tail each other. It's not what we do. We don't sit down and root for the same thing. We never have. We probably never will. And it stems from, you know what? I'll say it on the pod. It stems a little bit from, in the past 3 weeks in college football, I think I'm hitting at an 85% clip. I'm not even kidding. I think I'm hitting at 85. I just went 11-4, I think, on Saturday. Nobody taps in with the kid.
And then the week before that, you went like 9-1 or some shit.
Yeah, I went 9-3. Nobody taps in with the kid. I walk this lonely road by myself, cashing goblins all the way. So when it comes time, it's like, you know what? I have a legacy day. No one hypes a kid up. I do this shit myself. So it's like when we're in the car and you need goblins. And by the way, on the way to Ole Miss, I gave you the over in the Cincinnati game. I told you I love Louisiana Tech. And I said if I had to, I'd probably take Oregon State. And I tweeted all 3 of those plays. All 3 of them hit. And when you opened your phone, you faded Oregon State and you didn't take the other 2. So it's like we don't tail. We don't tail.
That was one instance, bro.
What?
One instance.
One. What was the last trip we did? Where
Mikey's
did we
about
go
to pull out the
together?
receipts here.
Where did we go together? What was the last trip we just went on?
Last
We
trip.
went to Alabama.
Oh, yeah.
I took fucking whoever played Illinois. I took Kansas, nuked Kansas, and the over. You teased the under and Illinois. Like this is not
That was bad.
unnormal shit. This
was-
happens every single day.
I gotta be better.
This
And
is,
that's
this
why
is
I sit
Trent's
on-
punishment.
And that's why I sit on the surgical stream and everyone shits on me because we've built this culture of like fucking, oh wait, Mikey's fucking cashing. And everyone comes out and is like, fuck you, Mike. So it's like, you know what, dude? I'm not giving shit. I'm not giving my gobs to anyone.
That was fucked up. But tonight we're riding together. We're taking DK Metcalf. We're taking the Seahawks, and we're making coin.
I think it's going to be a good Monday night. We're
Yeah.
1-0 together so far. We took the Eagles. So.
Dude, every single time we go to a tailgate on some college campus, there's always one Northeast motherfucker
One.
who's just speaking Japanese in my ear, giving me a Shark Tank sell job on why the Bruins are going to win the Stanley Cup. Every fucking time. It's pasta, dude. It's fucking pasta's year. I look at him and go, yeah, game 7.
Also, shout out our Ole Miss boys. I want to give them a quick shout out. Pablo, We Hoopin', the Northeast kid. I forget his name now. Hollis. And then also my favorite, low key, under the radar, probably is going to skate by without getting talked about. Their fraternity LeFade God
Oh, yeah.
might have been one of the funniest kids I've ever spent time with, dude. We started spending time with each other because he was just standing next to me, and we were just like chopping up a whole tailgate. Dude, the shit that was coming out of that kid's mouth, I was like crying laughing, dude, because he was like, "No, dude, like I might put a fucking nuke on LSU, like you don't get it, dude." I was like, and during the game, I'd look at him, and he'd be like, eyes wide open when Ole Miss would be up, and I'd be like, "You better fucking take it LSU," and he was like. Dude, he was just like one of the funniest kids ever. But shout out that Ole Miss crew. We're gonna have a great Monday night football here, and then should we do the Smarter Than the Fifth Grader?
Yeah, we'll do Are You Smarter Than the Fifth Grader.
We'll do a couple rounds. Are You Smarter Than the Fifth Grader? Then we'll wrap. Make sure you guys, by the way, you can get this podcast wherever you get podcasts: Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're doing more stuff on there with more longer form clips as well. And if there's a primetime game, make sure you're following us on Twitter and Instagram and TikTok, and tap into our live sweats on the Book It Sports Twitch channel, and also the surgical stream every day, 1 o'clock Central Time on the Book It Sports Twitch channel every day. So make sure you tune into that. And BTL, shout out our other live show that takes place before surgical stream. You can tap in with Krabs and Javon.
Krabs might be the best gambler of all time right now.
Oh, yeah, we didn't get to talk about that. He went like 13-0.
He had a very good week.
He didn't click a single wrong button for 3 days straight.
Must be nice,
He had
dude.
every college bet, every prize picks, and every NFL bet yesterday.
I mean, shout out Krabs. Go
And
follow
he
Krabs
put them all
bets.
out there and said if you want to make money, tail. So
Yeah, he does. He posts even when he fucking. I mean, hey man.
he was there. BTL Squatter, I've been getting a lot more, a lot hotter recently too. Even though Javon's Reds missed the playoffs.
Speaking of the Reds, dude, we got
Oh yeah, do you want to do a quick baseball check?
one of my favorite fucking things ever is postseason baseball. And I know you have your take about baseball, and I know a lot of you guys say baseball's fucking boring. And I get that. I respect that opinion. But just watch a game of postseason baseball. I encourage you to tune in to Game 1 in Philadelphia. That place is going to be fucking rocking.
Electric.
Rocking.
Yeah, for whatever reason, when baseball comes along, even if it's like the Pittsburgh Pirates or, the teams that don't usually make the playoffs, like those atmospheres, like they will pack the shit out of those stadiums.
Dude, Baltimore is
Sold
going to
out.
be fucking... I can't wait to watch the Orioles play.
Like Miami will probably be full too.
Oh, yeah.
Like, and they haven't had fans literally all year.
All
And
year.
it'll be sold out probably.
Yeah.
Even if
So,
it's Phillies fans.
Mega Max Nukenheimer.
Whoa.
Yeah, ring the bell.
Whoa.
Ring the bell.
Alert. Put alerts on the screen.
Dodgers to win the World Series. I've got 20 U's on it,
Dude.
and I'm going to probably be upping that to 25.
Dude.
Oh, boy.
For what? Like what?
Ring the fucking bell, Doyers.
After watching the Braves?
Fuck the Braves. No, I love the Braves, but not right now. Not right now.
Pull out
They're
the old
regular
picks,
season
us.
wagon. Acuna is the green. If there's a Hall of Fame for Prize Picks Goblins, Acuna this year is 100% on there.
That's a great idea. At the end of every major season, we should do 3 Hall of Fame guys.
First
Yeah.
MLB player in history to steal 70 bases and hit 40 home runs.
I've never seen
Wow.
someone spawn green like Acuna has all fucking year
Dude,
long.
that's a crazy amount
He's
of bases.
insane, dude. He'd get a single steal, score, green. First inning, every time. Fucking so sick.
Holy
Uh,
shit. We'll
but
look
yeah.
at the Hall of Fame once the World Series is over.
Postseason baseball couldn't be more electric, and I'm so dialed. Dodgers to win the World Series. Mega Max.
And that bleeds perfectly into Are You Smarter Than Fifth Grade?
Yeah, right into Are You Smarter Than the Fifth Grade? Easy transition into that. Who wants to go first here?
I'll go first.
All right,
I
Mike.
don't mind.
What is the hardest mineral?
All right, Trent, you go first, man. Let me
The
think here for a
hardest
second.
mineral?
Yeah, the hardest mineral.
The fuck is a mineral?
Think of what a mineral is.
I think I got it.
Obsidian.
That is incorrect.
Sodium.
That is incorrect.
That's like an ingredient.
That's it. That's it. That's a
I
mineral.
don't think that's a mineral. I think
It's,
it's an
it's a
ingredient.
diamond.
Oh, my. What the fuck are we doing, man? What the fuck are we doing?
Nah. We just said
Sodium?
salt and obsidian.
Sodium.
Yeah, that's not
And I went Minecraft. You can't break that shit with a pickaxe.
great.
A diamond.
All right, number 2. I don't know. I didn't listen to last week's episode, so hopefully I'm not repeating any of these that Josh did. Trent, what is the clinical name for the thigh bone?
Oh. I think I know it.
The clinical name for the thigh bone.
The abdomen.
No. It's in your
Where is your thigh located?
What? Abdomen?
Where's your thigh located?
Right here, dude.
Where's your abs located?
Right here, dude. It was not that, bro. It was not that.
No way, you just said the abdomen.
Oh, fuck. Mike,
That's bad.
Femur.
that is correct.
What? What?
Uh,
You definitely piped a nursing major.
Oh, man.
She's nursing? Of course she's fucking nursing.
Pillow on fire story?
Yeah, that.
Dude,
Yeah.
I used to get dissertations. That's hysterical. You just said that.
Oh, man. That's
I knew
pretty
it.
All right, I'm up.
good. All right, you're up, Mike. The ancient Egyptian empire was based on what continent?
Egypt.
That's
The ancient Egyptian empire, listen closely, was based on what continent?
Oh, dude, I don't know the continents like that.
Egypt is a country.
No, I said Africa.
no, you
The
didn't.
continent is Africa.
You said Egypt.
I said Africa.
You said Egypt, but are you going with Africa?
Yeah,
Africa is correct.
I said Africa.
You said
literally
Egypt.
said Egypt.
No
we
way.
can run the tape. You said Egypt.
Okay, we'll run the tape.
You
We'll run the
said
tape. I thought
Egypt.
in my head, I thought Africa.
No. Well, I'm fucked.
Let's see what we can
All
get.
right, we'll give him double points if he gets his tie.
Oh, double points. Nah, you're not getting that one.
Double points for the tie.
Give me a starry ball.
Yeah, wait. Do you want to? Should we let him pick his category? Like pick your.
You think Dame ain't making 4 starry balls?
Give me a starry ball.
All right. How many sides does a hexagon have?
Oh shit!
6.
Nice.
Wow. Wow.
Right
All
on.
right, we go to overtime.
All right, we go to overtime.
Last question. First one to get it.
First
Starry
one.
ball
First one to get it.
Starry ball. Give me the starry ball.
I gotta find the question.
First one to get it. Winner, winner, chicken
First one
dinner.
to get it. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Who wrote
Hemingway.
Common Sense?
Oh my God.
Dude, I got no fucking. I'm gonna go in my bag. I'm gonna reach in there, and I'm gonna pull out
It's gonna piss me off.
Aristotle.
I'll give you another guess. Yeah, I mean, you guys can keep guessing until you get it right, theoretically.
Is it like a philosopher or is it an actual author?
Revolutionary leader,
George Washington.
1776 and 17.
Ben Franklin.
No.
George Washington.
No. It was
No.
Thomas. Yes, Jefferson.
Edison.
Nope.
What?
Thomas.
John Adams.
Thomas is the first name.
Thomas. Edison. Jefferson.
I'll
Jackson.
give you the initial. Begins with a P.
Thomas Patrick.
No.
Oh my.
Thomas.
Was it not Thomas Patrick?
Thomas
No.
Pabils.
We have to go to OT again. It was Thomas Paine.
Oh.
Thomas Paine's Common Sense.
Dude, I literally remember learning that.
You might get this one. Hopefully, it's another author. Who is the author of the 1960 novel about social and racial inequality, To Kill a Mockingbird?
Oh my.
Ooh, Jane something, right?
No.
It starts with a J though.
Nope.
It's not Hemingway, right?
Nope. Name does begin.
I literally just talked about this with Katie's dad,
Can I get the initials?
HL.
Henry Lewis.
No.
Oh my god, dude, I should know.
Hector?
these.
No.
No. Hunter.
Nope.
Henry.
Nope.
Harry.
No. Going into triple overtime. It was Harper Lee.
I wasn't getting that.
The Statue of Liberty was a gift to the U.S. from
France.
Where? There you
Get
go.
fucked. Bang!
Maybe me get it out.
What color did it show up as?
Ooh, that's
Fucking
silver.
Blue.
No,
It's
dude.
green now, but that it became like
Yeah,
that
because of
over time.
oxidization. What color did
Oh, it's
it?
bronze, right?
Yes.
We're asking the kid in the Jets hat where the Statue of Liberty came from.
Yeah, that was kind of cheese.
Yeah.
But I win.
Cheese.
No,
Nah, you
fuck
give it to him,
that.
give it to him,
Mine.
give it to him.
Thank you guys. This is another episode that we'll be seeing. Make sure you tap into the Twitch channel. Make sure you follow us everywhere. And we will, in fact, be seeing on Thursday.
We'll be seeing.